Now that the camera's running, I'm running short of stories. I have no problem telling them if I'm in front of a live group of people, but in front of a camera is difficult. I'm doing this very extreme close-up because my hair, I'm having a bad hair day. So I figured I'd do a close-up and, well, I guess I'm having a bad face day as well, but you'll have to forgive me as these stories come flooding back to me. Water Street East was my playground, and I remember seeing Dad go off to work, and at first he just had to roll out of our living room in the annex and go into his office on the outside. And later they moved upstairs where he had to take the elevator to go up. It was the first elevator in Newfoundland. And you could see that it was certainly the first elevator in Newfoundland. It was so slow. I think someone came up with the option of serving meals between floors. That's how slow the elevator was. And Dad worked with a great bunch of people. I can't remember all their names now, but they were all supportive. And everybody did what they could to help our family and to help my father. When we would have to take him down over the stairs in the King George out to Water Street, I think there were about 5 stairs and then a level area and then 2 more to get to the street. And my father, when I got big enough, he trusted me to do it myself, but there was always a chance of slipping. And if I slipped, Dad was gone. So he would say, my son, see if you can get somebody off the street. And I would go out and find somebody, and I don't know if I was ever turned down once when I would say, can you come and help me with this man in the wheelchair and get him down a few steps? There'd be lots of questions and there'd be anxiety and worry because they wouldn't want to hurt or they didn't know what to do, but Dad would give them good instructions. He would say, now Mike is going to tip me back and you grab my footrests like a fish bar. And of course, if they were a townie, they had no idea what a fish bar was, and I only learned because Dad taught me. So they would take it like a wheelbarrow. How about that? That's a lot better for you. They would take them like a wheelbarrow and start to go down the steps. And they were an insurance policy. If anything happened, they could shove the chair against the step and Dad would be safe until I got my footing again to help him. But he would look at them and say, now my son, don't drop me, because if you would drop me, I'll break my legs and never walk again. Some of them laughed right away, and some of them had the perplexed look on their face of not fully understanding, and some of them caught on but didn't know if they should laugh or not because it might be impolite to laugh at a poor crippled man. But that's what kept him going, his sense of humor. That's what kept him going, his love of other people. That's what kept him going, to know that he had a purpose to help someone along the way, even if it was just a smile to get them through the day. We would go to the Avalon Mall when it was first built and go in there. I was 12, 13 years old, and men and women would come along and see the poor man in the wheelchair, and they would slip a dollar bill on his board that he had on the wheelchair. And I would be upset. I said, Dad, like, you're working, you don't need charity. And he knew that he didn't need charity. But he would say to me, Mike, don't worry about it. That man, that woman is going to go home feeling they're special because they helped the poor man in the wheelchair. Who could argue with that? And he would take the dollar and slide it on the board, and he said, now go and buy yourself a soft drink or an ice cream. And by the look of me, you could see that I bought too many ice creams and too many soft drinks. But that was my dad. My mother brags that, I don't know if brag is the right word, but she says we never had an argument. And I lived with them for 20-something years, moved back again for another year or two. And that's a bold statement to make, but it's a true statement. I've never, ever seen them have a disagreement, an argument. Never. They both needed each other so much. And that's, they never argued. Mom will tell a story about she went in berry picking one time, and the doctor was out to visit Dad, and went on back to the hospital. But she came late, and Dad was, as we would say, short taken. And, he soiled himself. And he was so upset because Mom had to come home and face this mess. And Mom was like, Bobby, what are you worried about? We've got lots of hot water, lots of soap. We'll get you in bed, get you cleaned up. It's no big deal. That was Mom.